often is, when am I ever going to use this? Right? Okay. Similar figures is something that is really important for a lot of different things. Now, maybe you don't feel like the shadow problems are enough of an application for you to grasp a hold of when will we use this. But the problems that we're going to look at today are surveyor problems. I don't know how well you pay attention to what's happening while you're driving, but have you ever been driving and noticed like a construction sign that says caution surveyor at work? And then there's like a guy in bright orange or yellow, and he has like a little camera thing on a tripod, and he's like measuring a distance. No? Okay, cool. Well, similar figures can help us find distances that we might not be able to find in a straightforward way. So I want you to look at this number 9 at the bottom of page 20. So in number 9, we have a river, okay? If I'm going to measure the distance across the river, can I just like get a tape measure out and just measure that? No. Okay, can I walk with that little rolly thing to figure out how many feet I've gone? No, we're not going to walk across the water. Okay, so we need to find a different way to be able to figure out that distance. Okay, so what the surveyor can do is he can walk along the river and measure a distance. He can walk perpendicular to the river and measure a distance. And hey, now we have similar triangles. Okay, so in these two triangles, which side corresponds to this 24 right here? The 15. So the two sides that go along the bank of the river, those two correspond. Okay, which means do X and 82.5 correspond? Yes or no? Yeah, they do. Okay, remember our similar figures are not going to be like side by side the same orientation. Some of them may be reflected or rotated. That's why we did what we did all before break. Okay, so we need to set up a proportion since we have similar figures. Okay, so we decided which pieces were similar. Okay, Matthew, I want you to give me one ratio to put right here. 15 over 24. So if Matthew chooses 15 over 24, then I want you to think about what we need to put right here. Okay, 15 over 24. We know the two things that need to go here. We need to figure out the order. So Landon B, if we do 15 over 24, what needs to go right here? You have two choices. Okay, the 82.5, whoops, 82.5 over X. Okay, if we go 15 over 24, okay, if we go from the triangle on the bank to the triangle in the river, we have to keep that same order when we set up the second ratio. Okay, okay, go ahead and cross multiply, solve that proportion, please. 1,980. Okay. Welcome back, Landon. You don't know why? You're just hyped?
I'm just like on something.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you're hyped for math class. All right. I can see that. All right. So when we cross multiply, we get 15x equals 1,980. So our answer is 132 feet. Okay. Does this feel any different than what we've done the past 3 days? No. What's up? What? Number 9 on page 20. Yeah. It's the same thing. Okay. All right. Now, in number 10, okay, in some of these problems, we might have to, like, read a little bit. Heaven forbid. We'll be okay. Okay, the triangles below are similar. Find the distance from Avon to Franklin. Okay, so notice how our diagram does not have an X. But I want us to find Avon to Franklin. Here's Avon to Franklin. So I'm going to call that X. Okay. In the triangle that is below, which side corresponds with X? 150. Okay. I want you to notice that we have this right angle right here, and both of those sides are across from the right angle. Do you know what a hypotenuse is? Have you heard that word? You've never heard of a hypotenuse yet? Okay, we'll learn it next semester. Okay. All right, so then we also have, do you agree that 80 and 128 are corresponding in those similar triangles? Yes. Okay. Okay, so if I choose X to go in the numerator of my ratio, Josie, what should I put in the denominator? So what corresponds with X? What one did I color the same? Yeah, so X over 150, okay? Landon is saying 80 over 128. Is he correct? Why? What? X over 150. So we went small over large. So we need to go small over large. I agree with the 80 over 128. Okay. All right. Solve it. So if you're going to do 15 over 24, you have to do 82 over x, because we go from the small to the big, small to the big. Okay, we have to be consistent. Okay, Kaylee, what are you getting? Huh? 12,000? Or is it 12,000 equals 128x? So 128x equals 12,000. So then what happens when we divide by 128?
93%.
What's our label? Miles. Okay. Now, let's say, just for the heck of it, I asked you what the distance was from Ryland to Franklin. Yeah? Huh? So here's Ryland, and here's Franklin. What's that distance? What do I need to do? Add what together? So we have 150 from Ryland to Avon, and then 93.75 to continue on, for a total of